Well, hey, everybody, we are live right now, the Pursuit of Purpose, in our first ever pop-up podcast.
Yes, here we go.
And we have entered into a joint adventure on this show. We are at Smashwagon Beaumont on East Lucas. We'd love for you guys to come out and see us. We will be live here until about 3 o'clock. Should be a great show.
Yeah.
They're getting cranked up. You can smell the burgers and amazing street food in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you come down here to East Lucas in Beaumont, right across from the Dollar General, and get you some of the best food in town.
It is.
You definitely won't regret it. You might not want to be much use back at work after that.
Right.
But it'll be worth it.
Right.
It'll be worth it.
Well, folks, when we first started talking about doing this remote podcasting, we had a few places in mind that were top of priority, and coming to see Just here at Smashwagon was one of them, and he was the first to go, we're on it.
Yes.
So hey, we're going to eat later today, so come join us for a good burger. You won't regret it. And maybe you can talk with us for a little bit and just kind of see what we're doing out here.
And if you do get adventurous and you make your way down here, it'll only take about 15 minutes of your time, and I promise you won't regret it, because you're going to get a free meal out of it.
Yes.
If you come participate today in our pop-up podcast, sit down with Chuck and I for a few minutes for a little interview live on the air. We'll help you find your purpose, and then you'll get to eat some of the best food, and you won't even have to pay for it.
Right. I don't know if you could get a better deal in Beaumont today.
So make sure you make your way down here to East Lucas at Smashwagon in Beaumont. Get in on some of this amazing food. We look forward to seeing you, and we'll be live on the air right here until about 3 o'clock. Come on down.
Come on down.
If you're joining us today on this Friday, if you come in on our podcast as we are live, please send us a comment. Let us know what you're doing, where you're at, and we'd love to hear what's going on in your world on this beautiful Friday.
Let's put this.
No, you take it.
Bob, you over here for
Take it easy, Max.
You too. We'll see you, Max. Take care. I've only been to the country club a few times. It was never to play golf.
We are live on here.
Oh, good.
Keep going.
Yeah.
No,
But I did go to a few events. I thought it was really nice.
yeah. I had a bubble machine I was going to bring, and the kids played with it.
Oh.
If you join us live on the air, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a comment. If you want to call in, you're welcome to do so at 409-284-1540. If you can make your way down here today, you will get fed. You will get fed. And if you participate with us, you get a free meal just for coming in and interviewing with Pursuit of Purpose today. And I promise you, you won't regret coming here to Smashwagon in Beaumont. Some of the best food around.
Absolutely.
Got some of the greatest people in there making it. Just is he's just a fine guy.
Yes.
He's been a guest of the show and a friend of the show for quite some time. And we've been looking forward to today for a while.
Yes.
And as soon as we came up with the idea, Jess was like, put me down. I want to do it.
Right. He has been very supportive, and likewise, we've really tried to make mutual friends all over Beaumont. So we'll be in other locations in the near future. So please log in for that. We'll make sure and make plenty of announcements because we want you to know some of the other friends here in Beaumont as well. There's just wonderful people. They have great services, great products, and they're very generous to us, and we like to return that favor. But all that being said, you're going to eat lunch today. And if you haven't had one of Justice Burgers, you're basically in for your next addiction. And I'm here to help with that. I'm going to feed it every chance I get. And I know we have to be careful because, man, they are good. We could come down here almost weekly.
A little bit too good.
A little bit too good. But you know what? It's Friday. It's worth it. Treat yourself. Come on down and visit with us for a little bit. What we do is we try to help people kind of fine tune and maybe find or fine tune that purpose in their life. What's the next best thing for them to be pursuing?
That's right.
And that's what we do. We do it collectively. We do it in a lot of classes and groups, make a lot of presentations, but we also have a lot of folks we visit with individually. They come in our office, or we can do this thing even remotely sometimes, as you kind of see today. It's not always live interviews like this. This is just a rare treat. A lot of times it can't be done private. If you come down, you meet us, you kind of get that relationship started. We'd love to be a part of that.
Yeah, today, if you come and talk to us live, you'll get free coaching.
Oh, okay.
Free coaching, free counseling, and a free meal. So you can't hardly beat that.
Can't beat that.
It's just a winning combination all the way around.
Right. And that's kind of what we want people to experience. Those winning experiences, those maybe kind of memorable but life-changing experiences. And it doesn't have to be dramatic. The slightest life change can just bring amazing dividends.
Those compound effects pay off enormously.
Yes.
It doesn't take an enormous life shift. You don't have to move to a different country. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to stop everything you're doing.
Yes.
Just the smallest change in perspective, the smallest change in habits,
yes,
the smallest incremental change in daily performance can yield the most amazing compound interest in results.
Right. And we're testaments to that, Rob. I mean, both of us have started out with, we were trending because of different things, careers, jobs, and responsibilities. And that meant we were pouring more into some things and maybe not as much energy into others. And at some point, it began to have a measure of failure. I hate to use that word, but a measure of disappointment.
No, I don't hate that word at all. Failure is where opportunity hides.
Yes, exactly. And at some point, you sense that. And I know there's folks out here listening, you sense that as well. And we had to basically kind of repurpose. It wasn't a 180-degree shift. It was a modest shift. But man, the growth that came from that. And here we are. Here we are doing this, more or less, getting to present our dream, our passion to y'all.
And another thing, that if you're out there and you have a business, whether you're in the Beaumont area or Houston, Lake Charles, wherever you might be, if you have a business and you'd like to invite us out, if you'd like to have us, if you'd like to host a show at your location,
yes,
send me a message, send us a message. You're welcome to call. The number's 409-284-1540. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to work with you. And if you think also that you have someone, or you are someone that has a story that we should feature on our regular show, we'd love to hear from you about that as well. We do special stories about personal reinvention and growth and success, because there's not a one-size-fits-all definition of success.
Right.
So we love to feature stories that are different.
Right.
That show the variety of life.
One benefit of living, I think, in our great country, in our great state, region, if you will, Texas, Louisiana, is because we do have a system that is set up for that reinvention. And most everybody that we've interviewed was at least in their second or third incarnation.
That's right.
They started out on a certain trajectory, and for whatever reason, it might have played out. Maybe it was health, maybe it was geography, and they found something new. And then here we are. We're in front of one of those stories right this minute. And that's what we'd like to do is maybe interview you, or at the very least, just to get to know us. We'll come and sit. As you can hear, we're roadside, and we're mobile, and we can basically attract folks to come and see what your passion is. What are you basically putting out in the public that you have a belief in? It's important to you, and if we can help with that, that's what we do.
And if you've never met Just, the right here at Smashwagon in Beaumont, he is the reason, the way that we became friends, the way that this ended up being our host for today, was we featured him on an episode of our normal podcast, Pursuit of Purpose. And his story is a story like so many,
yes,
but like none other.
Yes.
And that's the amazing thing about this life, this adventure, this growth journey that we're all on.
Mm-hmm.
While your story may be specifically unique to you,
mm-hmm.
it's not unique to mankind.
Right.
And you don't know for what your story may be the inspiration that someone else needs to
right.
take that transformative step
right.
to move forward in their life.
That's right.
With that thing that they're hesitating to do.
Yes. Yeah. Think folks about maybe your favorite author, or maybe your favorite maybe movie producer. They started out in some role. You could take someone kind of like a John Wayne. I know everybody kind of knows John Wayne. Well, what you may not know is
everybody from your generation. The people watching this show may not know.
They may
John
not know.
Wayne.
That's your homework assignment, friends. Yeah. Look up Marion Morris, John Wayne. And he was from a small town in Indiana, but he was a good football player. He ended up at USC to play lineman. And then while he was there, guess what he was right next door to? Hollywood. So he gets a job just working on the set. Here's this tall, good-looking guy moving equipment and all this, and he got curious. And as his curiosity grew, he's like, I wonder if I could maybe get in a scene or two. So he's in the background. He's part of maybe some rogue, cowboy gang. And eventually he gets a line or two, and the rest is history. The man goes on to make 100 movies and is now one of our American icons. We have a coin in his honor in our country. And so I like stories like that, just one reinvention after another.
Right.
And he probably was sitting in his little small town in Indiana thinking, I never thought Hollywood, until I got a chance to go to play football, which he knew is not a lifelong thing. It was just a means to an end.
Yeah.
And then there he goes. And the same with several other folks just like that. And so, hey, if we can maybe help you discover that spark, that one idea to say, well, guys, I never really thought about that as an option. Right. The next thing you know, it becomes your best option.
It's a worthy endeavor when the endeavor is yourself.
Nice. Yes.
Very much so.
Very much so.
It's worth the risk. It's worth the adventure. It's worth whatever amount of temporary pain, displeasure, discomfort, or maybe even heartache.
Right.
It's worth it.
It is.
Take the chance.
As our friend Mark Montebello said the other day, he learned to do the hard things. That's a good interview. If you'll go and check out Pop Culture 11 on Podbean, he learned to do the hard thing, and he got to where he loved it. Next thing you know, he's a cyclist, he's a triathlete, he's all of these sorts of things, and never really probably thought he would. But then at some point, he began to decide, why wouldn't I?
It's a pretty fascinating thing to find out. A person like him, he actually decided that if he felt like it was going to be difficult, that would be the thing that he went after, no matter what it is in life. In fact, coming on our show was one of those things.
Yes.
When we first met Mark, and I hope he sees this, but when we first met Mark, we didn't know this, but we walked in and we had a little meeting with him and some of his leadership team. And after that, we invited him on our show. We didn't know this, but when we left, he told one of his team members, I don't want to do that.
Right.
I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But then he got to thinking about what reason he had to say that. And he realized that it was because it was a hard thing. And that solidified his decision to absolutely do it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
one of the things that was inspiring about Mark Montebello at Montebello Home Care was that he took on doing the hard thing.
Yes.
And if anything comes up in his life that is the hard thing, he's going to choose that every time.
Every time. And that's why he notices and gets to experience those victories. Sometimes, and even in his own words, sometimes they're modest and sometimes they're magnificent.
Right.
But they are there. Those victories are there. And it's a mindset, it seems, Rob. If you can put yourself in a position to know you're pursuing a hard thing, you almost put yourself also in a position to know a victory when you see one.
That's right.
Too often, and you guys probably experience this with yourself or your own family, maybe your children or someone else you know. So many things have been given to them, or maybe someone's thought it was to an advantage to spare them from a hard thing. And then look at the result. They're not in a good place. They're not well.
That's right.
As well as they could be. But I know as dads, we've allowed our children to do hard things. And I appreciate the fact that the folks around them, even though we took a little convincing, y'all know how grandparents can be, we're like, no, let them figure it out. They'll be fine. We'll just keep an eye on them. Let them figure it out. But imagine what will happen next. And I appreciate the fact that the people around my children understood that. And I like to think that's why they're all in good careers today and doing fantastic.
Well, my kids will tell you, there's no telling what they tell you. But one thing they will tell you is that I did a lot of hard things, whether it was good for me or not. And I this particular endeavor in my life is the pursuit of my purpose.
Yes.
And at the onset, especially, and even now, but at the onset, it filled me with excitement and anxiety.
Yes.
And another word for anxiety is fear.
Yeah.
And it definitely was a hard thing.
Right. And shouldn't something have a bit of a fear factor? Can't that be a bit of an energy?
If it's a growth, if it's a growth, it's
yes.
going to be a little bit scary.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm not saying it's a crippling fear or, crawl in the bed and pull the covers over your head type of fear.
That's
I'm
right.
saying just a little bit of that resistance, and in the hands of the right person, wow, what growth can come from that, which is what we are anticipating. That's why we're here. We're investing in what we know is healthy and works well and gives us fulfillment. And that's why we'd like for you to come down and be a small part of that today.
Hey, there's something else I'm going to show. If y'all are watching right now, I'm going to show you another free gift that if you come down here today and you survive an interview with us live on the air.
In the hot seat.
Yeah, if you survive the interview, there's another gift that you'll be among the first to ever receive.
Okay.
There's not any of these running around out there. It's our new merchandise that we got, but it's going to be a free gift. I think there's only one person who's received one so far.
Oh, boy.
Maybe two tops.
Wow.
So very exclusive. Let me show you.
Okay.
It's these black shirts. And
And
it says, what's it say, Chuck?
It says, I survived an interview with
Pursuit of Purpose. That's right.
Yes.
So come down here and earn yours.
Yes.
We've got enough right here to go around. We've got different sizes and things. And at each location that we have, we're going to be having new merchandise, hats, things like that. But anyway, we'd love to see you. And we would love to gift you one of these shirts.
Yes.
As a participant on our show.
Right.
So come on down and join us. And let's see about the pursuit of your purpose.
Yes. One of my favorite words is earn. And you will have earned it.
Yes.
That is a prize you can wear. Nobody gave it to you. You can walk away and say, hey, I earned this.
I did what it took to get that shirt.
I did what it took. I sat down with the fellas, and it's not going to be overly difficult. If nothing else, you'll learn. You'll learn more about us, and you'll definitely learn more about yourself.
And before you sit in the chair, you get to order your food.
Yes.
And your interview will be conducted while your food's being prepared. So I promise you, it'll be a very worthy wait.
There you go. Couldn't think more of a win-win scenario.
In about 10 minutes, Chuck and I are going to go order our food, and then you're going to be able to see us eat it.
Oh, yes.
which may be a little embarrassing. You may not want to see what we,
We
how
hope
much
it's
of it
enticing.
how much of it we're wearing on ourselves.
Right.
But I can assure you that
Yes.
when you see it, you're going to want some of it.
We will have food pleasing experiences on display. I guarantee you. We will do our best to get it from cheek to cheek, but then you'll know just how good it is.
So come on down here, earn yourself some food, earn yourself a shirt, and earn yourself a little bit closer to the pursuit of your own purpose.
Yes.
You won't regret it.
You won't regret it.
That is a promise.
Smashwagon on Lucas. Come join us. Traffic is hot. Look at this, friends. There are some folks out today. Much as I hate to admit, I had to go get my glasses. I was trying to, I know, right? I was trying to look at my phone. I was like, good night. Isn't that terrible? There we are, friends. That's how Chuck survives. I went and got my eyes examined this week. If you haven't had an eye exam lately, you might want to do that. You got the over 40 exam, then you got the over 50 exam, and I had to get all kinds of good, not so good news, but that's okay. That's how those things go. We roll with it, and have a good eye doctor, and he tells me the truth, and I appreciate that.
Well, if you're in the Southeast Texas area, Chuck, I know you live over there in that other world. So you probably didn't go somewhere, here in God's country. You went probably somewhere over there.
And
for your eyes, did you go?
I went to Lumbertown.
You went to Dr. Dunnigan.
Dunnigan, yeah. We may park in front of Sean's office one day. How about that?
We'll talk to him about that.
We sure will.
He might invite us up there.
He might, yeah. And but yes, now I went back to Sean Dunnigan's, Dr. Sean Dunnigan's office, the TSO there in Lumberton, good friend of us, and yeah, and I was able to get all up close and personal with just how bad things are. Ugh.
You mean for your eyes?
For my eyes. Yeah, I don't know. I may have to end up calling one of our other former friends, or still a friend, I guess, that is in the eye business. Let's see. We'll see. But that's okay. There's a line in a movie that came out in the 80s called Silverado. It's an old Western movie. And it's got Scott Glenn and Kevin Kline, a bunch of people in it. Kevin Costner's a young guy in it, long before Yellowstone. But in that movie, there's a lady. She's a little bitty lady, and she's out in front of the bar. It's a saloon, and when the guy said, she asked this guy, she has to look up at him because she's little, would you like a drink? Yeah. So she walks behind the bar. As she gets behind the bar, she gets taller, and he looks over the bar, and there's a ramp at the bottom, and he goes, huh? And she said, hey, if life doesn't fit, you make alterations. And I thought, that's a great line. Whoever put that in that movie. So friends, if life doesn't fit, sometimes we make alterations.
You do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. You do what you got to do.
Well, friends, we are going to break off of here. We're going to take a little break. We will be back at you. But remember, if you visit with us, we would love to see you. We'd love to get you a meal right here at Smashwagon in Beaumont. We will be here live on location until 3 p.m. Come on down and visit with us.